9 goals in one game, couple shutouts, and 2 away wins in midweek. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. Here we go. Good midweek there. Freaking 9 goals in the Red Bull Rapids game. Who knew? No one knows. This league is so unpredictable. So let's go ahead and jump into this weekend's games. First up, we have Vancouver Whitecaps versus Houston Dynamo. Currently, the Whitecaps are 1 win, 3 draws, and a loss, where Houston is 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in the last 5. Currently, Vancouver are 11th in the table, and Houston are 12th in the table. Vancouver has not kept a clean sheet in the last 6 matches, and Houston hasn't kept a clean sheet in the last 7. I think that this game, this sucks. I really thought that Houston was going to do better this year, especially with bringing in a couple good guys. I'm surprised. But with that being said, this game is going to end in a draw, and I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw there in Vancouver at BC Place Stadium. Just not much to say there. It's 11 against 12. So moving on, that is our only game for Friday. We move on to Atlanta United versus Seattle Sounders, which is our first game on Saturday of a 13-match day, really. Currently, Atlanta are 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses in the last 5, and Seattle are currently 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5. Atlanta is currently 12th in the table in the East, and Seattle right now is sneaking in to the playoffs. Atlanta have not scored in their last 2 matches, which is very unfortunate. I really wish that they could do better. Also, Atlanta has not beaten Seattle yet. Currently, Seattle have won 1, and they've drawn 3 out of the 4 games that they have played. Their last game against each other was in Seattle, and it was a draw 1-1. The last time that they played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, it was a 1-1 draw also, but that was back in 2018. With that being said, this one's hard for me because I really want Atlanta to win. They haven't scored in the last 2 games. They have to score this game. I don't care if we do lose. We have to score. But I believe that this game is going to end in a draw. I will say that. I think it will be a 1-1 draw. Both teams have been kind of low scoring in their last 5. Obviously, Atlanta in the last 2 haven't scored. Seattle has only scored 1 goal in their last 3 matches. No, Seattle did score 2 in 3 matches ago, and then they didn't score in the 2 before that. So both teams are struggling to score. Atlanta has only scored like 1, and then they scored 2 against Real Salt Lake when they were turning it around when they needed to with that very disappointing loss against Austin. But I will say that it's going to be a 1-1 draw there at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So next up, we have Charlotte FC versus Chicago Fire. Both teams are looking pretty good right now. Charlotte FC are 3 wins and 2 losses in the last 5, whereas Chicago is kind of on fire right now. 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. They are unbeaten in the last 4 games. So Chicago making the playoffs? Maybe. We'll see. Charlotte has scored 10 goals in their last 5 matches, and Chicago has actually scored 8 in their last 5 matches. Currently, Charlotte are sitting 7th in the table, and Chicago is 10th. This is going to be a good one, I got a feeling. Yes, Chicago did not score in their last match. Charlotte did put up 3 in their last match. I think this is going to be a good game. I think Charlotte will win this, but it's going to be kind of a high score. I think it's going to be 3-2 Charlotte there at Bank of America Stadium. And that leads us to the move to Canada. We have CF Montreal versus Inter Miami. Currently, Montreal are 3 wins, a draw, and a loss, whereas Inter Miami are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses. Currently, Montreal are also on a 4-game unbeaten streak. They currently sit 3rd in the table, where Inter Miami is just outside of the playoffs at 8th. These 2 teams have played against each other 4 times. They have not drawn at all. Montreal have won 3 of them. Inter Miami has only won 1. This is going to be a tough one because Inter Miami did win their last game. It was against the San Jose Earthquake, struggling team. But then, well, Montreal did come back and beat Columbus midweek. but they tied with New York City FC over the weekend at home. I don't think that they're going to lose this game. I actually think they might beat Inter Miami here 2-0 at home. So we move just across the border to Columbus Crew versus NYCFC. Currently, Columbus are 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in the last 5, and NYCFC are 4 wins and a draw in their last 5. They are currently second in the table, where Columbus is 6th. So both teams are making the playoffs. These teams, like I said, Columbus did lose to Montreal at home, and I don't think that they're going to allow that to happen again, even though it is a strong NYCFC team. Even though they did lose Castellanos, they didn't score in their first game without him. So it's going to be a rough one. I think that it's going to end up in a draw, but a low-scoring one. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw there at lower.com field. And that leads us into DC United versus New York Red Bulls. Currently, DC are 1 win and 4 losses in the last 5, and the Red Bulls mimic that, 1 win, 4 losses in the last 5. And I'm not sure, I can't remember. I think I said for DC 4 draws. It is actually 4 losses. Currently, the Red Bull are 4th in the table, and DC United are currently sitting last. DC United have not kept a clean sheet still in 15 matches. It's up to 15. The last time we talked, it was 13. I think it was, the last time we talked, it was 14. So still 15 matches. That's ridiculous. And then Red Bull haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 6. I'm excited that Wayne Rooney is back for DC United. He won his first game back, but then they lose on the road to Charlotte 3-0 midweek. So this one's going to be hard. Red Bull are pretty good away from home, other than the last time they were away, it was against Orlando City, and they lost 5-1. A lot of goals are being scored on them. Barcelona put 2 against them, which that's a friendly, and then Colorado put 5 on them. I mean, that's 12 goals in the last 3 games against them to their 5. And then before that, Austin put 3 in against them, but they won 4. So this is going to be a close one. I think Red Bull are going to win this game on the road, and I think that they'll end up winning. We'll go 2-1 against DC United. It could be, this is one of those ones with the Red Bull not being able to defend very well. It seems like that DC might put in a couple, but I think that Red Bull will come out, but I'm going to say it's going to be 2-1. So that moves us into FC Cincinnati versus the Philadelphia Union. Currently, FC Cincinnati are 4 draws and a loss in the last 5, and Philadelphia Union are on a 5-game win streak, and it actually might be more than that. The Union are 1st in the table, and Cincinnati is sitting at 9th in the table. Currently, these two teams, they have played against each other 7 times. Union have won 5 of them, and they've drawn the other 2. FC Cincinnati have not beat the Union. Do I think that's going to happen this weekend? No. Union are they're too good right now. They're on fire. You know, they put in 6 against the Houston Dynamo. I did say it was going to be a 3-0 win, and here it was double what I said. So they're playing very well, especially at home. They're playing very well. I don't think that Union will beat FC Cincinnati, and I don't think Cincinnati will beat Union. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think it'll be a 3-3 draw there at TQL Stadium. Which moves us on to Orlando City versus New England Revolution. Currently, Orlando are 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses in the last 5, whereas the Revs are 3 draws and 2 losses in their last 5. Orlando City currently set 5th in the table, and the Revs set 11th. Orlando haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 6, and the Revs haven't scored in their last 2 matches. They are at Explorer Stadium. Orlando City is at home. I think that they'll get this done at home against a struggling Revs. I'm going to go with 2-0. I think Revs continue their streak of not scoring. So, I'm going to go with Orlando City winning 2-0 there at home. Now we move on to Nashville SC versus Toronto FC. Currently, Nashville are 1 win, 3 draws, and a loss in the last 5. And Toronto are 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses. Currently, Toronto are 13th in the table there in the East, whereas Nashville are 6th in the West. So They are in the playoffs currently. As of right now, these two teams have played 4 matches against each other. Nashville have won 2 of them, they've drawn 1, and Toronto has won 1 of those matches. Toronto have not won in their last 5 away matches, so that plays a part in this. I want Nashville to make a statement in this game. I want them to score more than just a goal. I mean, in their last 5 games, all they've scored is 1 goal. I think that they will do that against this Toronto team. It's still a struggling Toronto team. I think this match is going to be a 3-1 win for Nashville at home. So moving on, we go out west a little bit. We go, well, Midwest really. Sporting Kansas City versus LA Galaxy. Currently Sporting are 1 draw and 4 losses in the last 5. And LA Galaxy are 2 wins and 3 losses in the last 5. Currently the Galaxy sit 9th in the table in the West. And for the Kansas City, they are 14th. They are sitting last. Sporting have not scored in their last 4 games, and they haven't won in their last 5 games. Also, though, LA Galaxy haven't scored in their last 2 away matches. So their last 2 away matches were against FC Dallas and a Colorado Rapids team. So that's another 2 struggling teams. So here is a chance for Sporting Kansas City to get a win. Do I think that it happens, though? Unfortunately not. I think that this game will end in a draw. I believe it will be a 2-2 draw there at Children's Mercy Park. So next up, we have Austin FC versus San Jose Earthquake. Currently, Austin are 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in the last 5. And for the Earthquakes, it's 2 draws and 3 losses in the last 5. Austin are currently sitting 2nd in the table, and San Jose is 13th. Austin are very good at home. Yes, they did lose against the Red Bulls 2 games ago, which was at home. These 2 teams have played each other 4 times. Austin has not beat San Jose. San Jose has won 2 games, and they've drawn 2 games, which I'm very surprised by that. The Earthquake have not won a match in the last 5 games, and they haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 9 games. They are a Q2 stadium. I think that Austin is going to make a statement to finally get that win against the Earthquake. And I think it's going to be a 3-0 victory there at 2Q. So Austin has to do it. They have to do that against San Jose, especially a struggling team. Hopefully they don't take it easy on them, because usually that's what happens. You let up on a team that isn't doing as well. You think that you can just show up. And most of the time they surprise you and you end up in a draw or you lose to them. But I think that they will come into this game with a different mindset and win 3-0 over the Earthquake. Next up, we have Colorado Rapids versus Minnesota United. The Rapids are currently 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in the last 5, whereas Minnesota are 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5. Currently, Minnesota sit 3rd in the table, where the Rapids are 10th in the table. So they're right outside the playoffs. They probably, let's take a look at that real quick. So really they are 3 points off of 9th place and 5 points off of 7th place. So if they could turn it around a little bit, there's a chance that they can make it into the playoffs there. Minnesota have not lost in the last 8 matches, though. So Minnesota, they're having a pretty good year this year in the West there. And the West is pretty strong, in my opinion, this year, too, also. So with that being said, Colorado are doing pretty good. I just don't think that they have enough to beat Minnesota, but I got a feeling this is going to end in a 1-1 draw. That's what my gut is telling me, a 1-1 draw. We'll see, though. It's so hard to predict, especially these last couple weeks. It's so hard to predict the MLS scores because of how many goals. I mean, we've had 4-4 draws, 3-3 draws, 5-4 victories, 4-3 victories. That's a lot of goals for a soccer game. So it's hard to predict right now, but I'm thinking a 1-1 draw there at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. So this leads us into our second to last game, Real Salt Lake versus LAFC. Currently, Salt Lake are 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses in the last 5, and LAFC are 4 wins and a loss in the last 5. LA are first in the table, Real Salt Lake are 5th. Even though I feel like Real Salt Lake have been struggling a little bit lately, but hey, they might make the playoffs, turn it around, make a run. Real Salt Lake have scored 8 goals in their last 5, though. LAFC have won the previous 4 matches against Real Salt Lake, so that takes into consideration too, but the last 2 games were at home for LA, and then the 2 before that were actually at Real Salt Lake, but that goes all the way back to 2020, so that doesn't really, a lot of changes there since then. This is going to be a good matchup. I think that Real Salt Lake are going to give LAFC a run for their money. LAFC's last loss was actually their last game, and it was against CF America, not even an MLS team. So I don't know, I don't have the thing, but they're on a 4-game win streak, at least a 4-game win streak in the MLS. And I think that they'll continue that. I think that Real Salt Lake are very unpredictable and very inconsistent. And I think that this game will actually be a 2-1 victory for LAFC. And that leads us into our final matchup of the weekend. It is Portland Timbers versus FC Dallas. Currently, though, the Timbers are looking pretty good right now. 2 wins, 3 draws in the last 5, and FC Dallas are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in the last 5. Currently, FC Dallas are 4th in the table, and Timber are 8th in the table. Timber are going to make the playoffs. I'm just going to say that right now. I think that the Timbers will make the playoffs, maybe just in the 7th seed, but we'll see. They haven't lost in their last 9 games, which is a great stat for them. I think that they continue that streak. I think that they will get the job done at home against a struggling-ish FC Dallas. I mean, they're 4th in the table right now, but in the last 5, it's been very mediocre. So I think that Timber get this done at home. Not huge, but I'll say that they actually win this game 2-0 against FC Dallas. I got a feeling Dallas will not score in this game. So 2-0 there for the Timber at Providence Park. So that is it for the weekend. Thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. Please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content. Also, I forgot to say, I have the Discord up and going. If you want to join the Discord, please click the link below. I have like MLS chat, a general chat, so just for everyone to get involved with each other and chat and talk about the games. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.